I'm an entrepreneur. I love to pioneer ideas and create new businesses that stand the test of time. My name is Suresh Shankar. I'm the founder and CEO of Crayon Data, a Singapore-based AI startup. As a founder, I've experienced great highs. I pioneered the analytics revolution in Asia with my first startup, Red Pill, that I sold in 2009 to IBM, then one of the biggest and baddest companies on the planet. I've also plunged many lows. I've had to let go of 25% of my team, delayed salaries by months, been rejected time and again. As Joni Mitchell would say, I've looked at life, entrepreneurial life, from both sides now, from up and down, from win and lose. But these highs and lows are not just occasional moments or emotions. They're constant experiences. Most of the time, they are sharing the same space and time inside your mind. It is that double life that I intend to share with you today. Which brings me to Schrödinger's cat. Schrödinger was a nuclear physicist, a Nobel laureate, and he challenged the interpretation of quantum theory that an object can exist in two states simultaneously until it is observed. To make his case, he had created this famous thought experiment. You place a cat inside a closed box, you put a radioactive atom and a vial of poison. As the atom decays, which it may or may not with equal probability, the poison is released and the cat is killed. But according to quantum theory, because of the uncertainty over the decay of the atom, the cat is both dead and alive at the same time. I am Schrödinger's cat. I'm a success and a failure at the same time. I straddle a glorious future, and I live a shitty present. In my mind, on one hand, my soul is flying high, the idea I have, it's going to change the planet. On the other hand, in my mind, it's a constant battle dealing with a daily dose of harsh reality that startups deal. My body is tired from sleepless nights and lack of rest. My emotions and my relationships are a complete mess. So here are some incidents from my journey that illustrate these two states that I live in all the time. Incident number 1, December 2018, I hold the key to a great future in the palm of my hand. We are about to sign a $50 million deal with the world's best airline. It's one of the most ambitious projects to make them into more than just an airline, working with 3 global partners and 2 startups, one of which is us. And tied to the deal is a massive fundraise. You can imagine the excitement, the dreams that I'm constructing in my head. Many of us have been there. Out of the blue, the client calls me. His message, we are shutting down the project immediately. Nothing to do with us or the 4 partners who toiled 18 months to make that dream come true. Just another corporate decision. To them, it might have meant little. To us, it meant the world. As Didion would say, life changed in the ordinary instant. What am I holding? The key to a great future or the ashes of that dream? Incident number 2, March 2020, COVID hit the world. Crayon worried like everybody else how to get through it. The board wanted me to cut costs massively, let go 25% of my team if needed. Everybody was cutting costs. It was a safe thing to do. Back-to-back calls, panic. You all know the moment. My gut feel told me that our large enterprise clients would not be as much affected by the pandemic, that they would in fact become more reliant on data and digital. My team told me it's easy to let go of people, hard to win them back. Our values told us that particularly in that moment, you've got to stand by your people. Downsize and be smart as per the world. Stick to your values, go through it as per your belief, which is the right way forward. Incident number 3, this one's interesting. June 2022, a senior leader, a great performer in my own company, sits me down and tells me that I am a useless founder who has built a shitty company with top-heavy talent who are all substandard and were far below his level of capability. And I kid you not, almost at that same moment, my chief of staff sends me an email that she received from one of the leading VCs in the world, saying Suresh is among the top 5% of entrepreneurs that we've met. Which version is the truth? Who is the real me? Founders go through these struggles every day, every hour, every minute. We all live with this one doubt, one question that we ask ourselves every second. Be honest with yourself. Am I building something for real, or is this all just an illusion? Am I a magician, or am I a fraud? There is no answer, but I am simply an entrepreneur with a double life. Back to Schrödinger and his cat. In the experiment, when the box is opened, the cat can only be seen as dead or alive. Similarly, to an external observer, a startup can only be a success or a failure. There is no other state. But behind closed doors, you as a founder live every moment with the probability that you could be a success or a failure or both. But unlike the cat, founders have free will. We can make choices. And every choice we make is a decision that turns out to be right, a mistake to be learned from, and in every case, it's a step towards a better future where we control our own journeys. Let's go back to those three incidents. December 2018, the loss of a $50 million deal, the fundraise that came with it. Or we could have panicked, we could have given up. We decided to turn the ashes back into a key. We said, if the world's best airline would choose a small startup to be at the core of its hyper-personalization transformation for 60 million users, could we not use that knowledge and expertise to actually create something that would benefit other people in the industry? So we doubled down, we asked the team to build a world-class travel personalization platform, and that enabled us to win 2 deals with large global clients soon after. COVID. Travel had died, the world was ready to die on every count. The board, conventional wisdom, said cut fast, cut deep, save the company. My gut feel told me this is not the right thing to do professionally or personally. What did we do? We decided to be bold. We said no layoffs. We instead announced an across-the-board pay cut, top management taking the most, but everybody, including the tea lady, would have to take some sacrifice. And we achieved the same level of cost saving. The third one is interesting this year. Some of my leaders think I'm a poor leader, that I'm too democratic, I trust people, I give too many chances to people that they think are undeserving. The hidden thought in their head is, if only I took their side in their debate with the rest of the team, I would be a good leader. On the other hand, many leaders, many investors, many partners tell me that I'm an inspiring leader, that I attract great talent, that I've built a resilient and a sustainable business. I'm still waiting for some of those checks, by the way. On this one, the jury is out. I don't know. Founders, some days we hit it out of the park. I hit it out of the park on some of the things. And as a CEO, I know I suck at other things. I make bad decisions. And I must accept that I'm good and bad at the same time. I hope that I'm more often right than wrong, that I nail the big calls. Time will tell. Which brings me back to Schrödinger and the cat. As an entrepreneur, you realize that your fate, like that of the cat, is linked to multiple events that are out of your control. Success in attracting clients, in attracting talent, in raising funds, random global events. But equally, you realize that unlike the cat, your fate is ultimately linked to the choices that you make and your willingness to embrace the consequences of those choices. Entrepreneurs face many challenges, right? Technical debt, financial debt, organizational debt, all kinds of debt. But the one struggle that we all constantly face, no matter which business we're in, is the struggle with our own selves. Think about it. The one question that we all ask ourselves is, am I a messiah, like some people say, or am I a snake oil salesman, like a lot of others do? As a founder, to me, many days I'm Schrödinger's cat. I lead a double life. I'm both a success and a failure. But every day, I choose to define my own state, to create my own future. And the only answer I truly know, with apologies to Scott Fitzgerald, is that the test of a first-rate entrepreneur is the ability to hold two conflicting emotions all the time in the mind and still retain the ability to take your company forward. Thank you.